Anakin Skywalker was in there. So I mean, there's physically been three different actors over the years who have physically been in the suit, and of course, James Earl Jones has done the voice for Darth Vader.
Yeah, no, and exactly. I believe that maybe there's a possibility that Disney slash Lucasfilms slash Mickey Mouse slash whoever the heck really wants to have their fingers in there will do the exact same thing. And I'm not completely against that idea. For the whole thing, it's a huge surprise when they finally demask Kylo Ren to figure out, is it going to be Driver or is it going to be, someone else?
Well, it's interesting because in the trailer, you actually, in the original trailer, everyone saw the broadsword lightsaber that Kylo Ren has. In in this trailer, you actually see Kylo Ren without his helmet on, with that broadsword lightsaber fighting Finn, who has a regular lightsaber.
Yes, but they didn't show his face, so you can't fully clearly see who exactly he is.
Well, absolutely. I mean, maybe this isn't Kylo Ren. I mean, we know from what J.J. Abrams has actually revealed that there is an order called the Knights of Ren, who have kind of taken the place of the Sith, lords.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of interesting, theories, scenarios, whatchamacallits, that could potentially happen in the Star Wars, and that's what's so exciting about Star Wars, is we don't know.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, I would love, of course, this trailer just came out yesterday. I didn't even get a real good chance to go off and look at it until this morning. I would love to just be able to sit down with you and just, frame by frame, just go off and just completely dissect this, thing.
Which I do actually believe that we will be sitting down and dissecting this trailer completely and, and monitoring it all, see what exactly we see. Because obviously, if you look at future trailers, there's usually little Easter eggs in the background to, little hints and whatchamacallits that explain what's going on or what's going to happen.
Absolutely. I mean, what's really interesting is we still have not seen, the Luke Skywalker reveal yet. They're really, kind of hiding. I mean, there's one scene where you think it's Luke Skywalker, and that's, this guy, wearing the hood down on one knee, touching R2-D2 on, the top of his dome. And we assume that is, Luke Skywalker.
I'm gonna put this theory out right now. Luke Skywalker is Kylo Ren.
I'm going back to my theory that, Luke Skywalker is Kylo Ren's uncle.
Well, you know what? We will see on December 18th exactly who is right. I actually will be buying my tickets, probably within the next 24 hours to make sure that I have my seat saved. Opening day, I will be there. And I can't wait.
Oh, this is really great. I'm actually going to have to get in contact with my brother-in-law because he and I are planning to see this movie when he and my sister come into town for Christmas. So
yeah, if any of you out there are planning to see Star Wars, buy your tickets now, or you may be waiting a very long time.
Yeah, no kidding, eh?
I will not be putting a camera under my hat because my head is big enough already. And that's not just the size of it. That's my ego.
Yeah. No kidding. Your hat's big enough, man. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I honestly can say, this has completely made me even more excited, than before, man.
One of the best trailers I've ever seen by far. And it's not just because it has a lot of information, which it does. But it's more than just that. The information, the atmosphere, the suspense, the mystery, there's so much energy in this one trailer that you don't know where to begin.
Well, absolutely. And as I go through it, I believe the character's name is right. That we see at the beginning of it. I mean, if I'm wrong, guys, please forgive me. I'm getting pretty terrible at names until I really get into it. Well, Finn's is the black stormtrooper who we discovered has, you can use the Force. I think it's Rey's name of his character at the beginning. They say who She says she's no one. I believe she's actually talking to a character named Captain Phasma. But anyway,
Not to be confused with Captain Fizz.
yeah, no, absolutely not. Although you two might make a lovely couple.
Captain Phasma and Captain Fizz. The arch nemesis of the galaxy. I could go for that. I could go for that.
All right, you know what, guys? We're gonna head for a break. When we come back, I don't know. I guess we'll talk about Gotham for a little bit.
Of course, and then, who knows? So enjoy my funky music. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Captain Fizz and Mask Guy show.
You know what? I'm going to stop you right here. Because you know what? I completely forgot about something. Today is your birthday.
Captain Fizz does not have birthdays.
Well, the person behind Captain Fizz does.
Wait, I have a stalker again? God damn it, I thought I left him at the grocery store.
So anyways, I'm feeling a little bit sick, so you're in luck. I'm not gonna sing you happy birthday, but you know what, dude? Happy birthday, man.
Thank you.
I mean, you are definitely you're my cohort and everything. So, and you know what, man? I don't know what we're gonna do. I guess I'll have to bring you back something for Minneapolis.
Yes, we've already determined you're bringing me back a tiny midget wrestler, and I will store him in my closet, and I will unleash him on my victims. And by victims, I mean
the people at work.
Yes, the people at work. Actually, you know what? I think a mini midget would actually be wonderful at work. Because a mini midget wrestler. Yes, mini midget. That's like an oxymoron just in itself.
That is just an over-explanation.
Yes, so a mini midget wrestler would make my job so much easier. You pick up that tire. You pick it up faster than I can think, which really isn't very fast. So that really doesn't say much. But anyways, Gotham! So, really wasn't very exciting, to be honest, last night.
I don't know.
There was storyline galore.
Oh my god, this was the episode where you
found out the Gallivant's true intent.
Well, absolutely, and you find out the truth about the Gallivants, which is just that, the fact that they went off and just blew that wide open. But what I think really shocked me in all this episode was just you finally see the Penguin lose it.
Well, but it wasn't just losing it; it was strategic losing it.
I don't know. You go off, and if you willingly go off and cut off a guy's hand, there's something not right with you.
No, but we knew right from the beginning that something was not right with the Penguin. Come on, his name is the Penguin. He hung around with Fish Mooney. He shot Fish Mooney. No, he threw Fish Mooney off the building. But no, you really see the whole, him basically chopping off Butch's hand, which I thought was phenomenal, especially with the storyline of the Waynes and the Gallivants. I cannot remember their actual true family name, but I don't care.
Something French, Laval or something like that.
It was very French and very fancy.
But it was kind of interesting because, that in itself, where they go off and they talk about these families in high society, that in itself was a bit of an Easter egg because, going back to what I believe is called the Order of the Owl, which has been a recent addition to the Batman universe, where there is certain families and certain factions that are truly in control of Gotham. And so to pull back into see this, I mean, this could very well be the precursor to what will eventually be the Order of the Owl on Gotham.
Yes, it's definitely going to be a very entertaining bloodbath. Obviously, Theo has it out for Bruce. Theo basically wants Bruce dead.
Well, I mean, and I don't think it's anything necessarily personal against Bruce. It's just the fact that it's revenge against the Waynes for what what his ancestor did to their ancestor.
Which brings me back to a couple weeks ago when I turned around and said that Theo killed Bruce's parents.
And I'm wondering if that might be true. I mean, just because of the way that, the whole conversation that he had with Bruce, I remember thinking that was really weird.
Yeah, and now hearing that there was a blood feud between the Gallivans and the Waynes, and the blood feud between the fact that he wants Bruce dead, really kind of brings the truth that Theo was responsible for Bruce Wayne's parents' death, and if that's true, which I pretty much guarantee it is true now, that's a huge thing, because you go look back at all the comic books. What's one thing they have never done? They have never revealed who killed Bruce's parents.
I don't know. I mean, they've always hinted at it. I know in the in what I call the Dark Knight trilogy, they went off and suggested it was some drug addict who was paid off by gangsters to go off into the mob, I guess, to go off and do it. But and in the previous series of movies, it was suggested that it was actually a young version of the Joker who went off and did it.
Yeah, and so it's very unique that it's really starting to show that the Gallivans were responsible for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I'm just absolutely amazed by this plan that Theo Gallivan has went off and has formulated to go off and just to manipulate everyone, including Jim Gordon.
Yeah, and the fact that he is actually responsible for the desolation of the Penguin.
But here's the thing: there was a line in it where after the Penguin finds out the truth about the Gallivans and the Waynes, the lady, or I guess who owns a thrift, an antique store, goes off and says, "You're swimming in Supre deep water," and she says, "Thank you, ma'am." It says that's where penguins thrive, or something along those lines.
Yeah, it definitely is showing the true side of the Penguin of how he is thriving in this conflict. Yes, he comes across as definitely losing it, but the more he loses it, the more comfortable he is beginning to look.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying that he's finally starting to try to get everything back in order, and he's going off in a bit of a twist away. He's definitely taken advantage of the fact that Butch has got to go off and obey everything that he says.
Which if you've noticed, over the last couple weeks, Butch's twitch has gotten worse and worse every time that Penguin asks him to do something.
Yeah, I think we're in for some interesting times. I know, of course, there was also the reveal. I think the character's name is Firefly. I think that's what they refer to.
Firefly, yes.
So, I mean, she, kind of gets revealed. And I know this is the spill into the next episode, because she was not caught, and they're one of the members of the Alpha Squadron, died from the burns he received accidentally from her.
Yes, and definitely the next episode is going to be based solely on her, and it's going to be awesome. I think how they've done Firefly is very unique.
Yeah,
very very powerful.
Absolutely, but again, I just pulled back. It seems like everything that the Gallivants has done has been to go off and to manipulate a situation. I wouldn't actually be surprised if the whole reason for getting the sword and having Penguin do it was that for some reason Gallivant wanted the Penguin to find out the truth about the Waynes and his family.
And I definitely agree with you on that. I think there is that huge possibility. I think the Gallivants enjoy the people that they are manipulating, knowing their secret, knowing what's going on, but still being weak enough that they can't fight back. And the problem I have with Penguin chopping off Butch's hand is, if you go back to the story between the Gallivants and the Waynes, that's exactly what happened to to the Gallivan family was, his hand was chopped off.
I think that